Good morning, viewers. I am Saraswathi, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Technology. Today, we are going to see about the topic is neural network. Neural network is an artificial system. Is made up of interconnected nodes, that is neuron, that process information modeled after the structure of the human brain. It is employed in machine learning jobs where patterns are extracted from data. The layers of connected neurons process the data in neural network. The network processes the input data, modify weight during training, and produce an output depending on pattern that it has discovered. Perceptron is a type of neural network that perform binary classification that map input features to an output decision. It is usually classify the data into one of two categories, which is either 0 or 1. It consists of a single layer of input node that are fully connected to a layer of output nodes. It's particularly good at learning linearly separable pattern. It utilizes a variation of artificial neuron called threshold logic unit. There are two different types of perceptron, single layer and multi-layer. Single layer perceptron is a type of perceptron. It's limited to learning linearly, separable pattern. It is effective for tasks where the data can be divided into distinct category through the straight line. It's powerful, its simplicity, it struggle with more complex problem, and it also identify the relationship between input output is non-linear. Multi-layer, it possesses enhanced processing capabilities as they consist of two or more layer. It adopt and handling more complex pattern and relationship within the data. There are different basic components of a perceptron that work together to process the information and make the prediction. Input feature. The perceptron take multiple input features, each representing a characteristics of input data. Weight. Each input feature is assigned with a weight that determines its influence on the output. These weights are adjusted during training to find the optimal value. Summarization function. It calculates the weighted sum of the input, combining them with their respective weight. Next one is a activation function. The weighted sum is passed through the he-weighted step function, comparing it to a threshold to produce a binary output. It's either 0 or 1 output. The final output is determined by the activation function, often binary classification task. Bias. The bias from helps the perceptron make adjustment independent of the input, improving its flexibility in learning. Learning algorithm. The perceptron adjusts its weight and bias using a learning algorithm, such as a perceptron learning rule, to minimize the prediction effort. This is a simple model of a basic artificial neural network. It consists of an input and then a linear function and then activation function after the output. The input consists of a x0 to xn. For the values of x0 is 1, x1 is equal to something like that 2, x2 equal to 2, etc. up to xn equal to n. Each input feature has a sum associated with weight and bias. For each input, x0 has a bias value b, and then weight values w1, w2, etc. up to wn. The input value associated with the bias and weight function to find the linear function. The linear function, we can calculate the activation function and then produce the output. These are the main application of artificial neural network. The neural network can be classified, can be used in many different areas such as social media, facial recognition, marketing and sales, personalized marketing, healthcare, facial analysis, and personal assistant, that is voice assistant. Neural network extract identifying features from the data, lacking pre-programmed understanding. Its components include neuron connections, weights, bias, propagation function, and a learning rule. The neuron receive input and governed by the threshold level and activation function. The connections involve weight and bias, regulating information transfer. The learning, adjusting weight and bias occurs in three stages. First one is input computation, output generation, and iterative refinement, enhancing the network's proficiency in diverse tasks. The neural network is simulated by a new environment. Then the free parameters of the neural network are changed as a result of the simulation. The neural network that responds in a new way to the environment because of the changes in its free parameter. These are the basic of neural network. The neural network can be used in many different ways: social media, facial recognition, and pattern recognition, voice assistant, marketing and sales, etc. Thank you.